folks, David Fine here from Keys Moths. Today's video, we're going to be doing a Riker mount, and I don't typically use Riker mounts, but I'm going to show everybody how to mount some butterflies in a Riker mount. These are two beautiful farm-raised viceroys that we bred, and we're going to mount them. They're totally dried out. They've been totally dehydrated and have been in an envelope for the last year. We're going to hydrate them. We're going to mount them, and we're going to put them in a Riker mount. And I want to show you guys what that process looks like. So first things first, I want to show you where this Riker mount comes from. It's a way to have like a really thin display cases that you can hang, or you can collect them like this, or you can hang them on the wall, whatever. But Riker mounts are a classic way to mount butterflies and moths and other insect specimens without a pin. There's no pin in it. You just put the butterflies inside it. This, like, it's kind of like on a cotton thing there. These come from Southern Star Displays. There is the website right there, www.wooddisplaycases.com, and they have all different types of display cases here. I believe this one was like 13 bucks, 13 and a half for this. I think it's a 6x9 display case, and it'll be the perfect size for these two butterflies once they are mounted. So enough with that, guys. First thing we got to do is hydrate our butterflies. They are dry as a bone, so I have my hydration chamber here. This hydration chamber is about 30 years old, which is incredible to me. I've been doing this that long. And I'm gonna pick up these butterflies with tweezers and put them in here. Got a male and a female, beautiful specimens, and we're gonna cover this up and come back tomorrow evening to mount them. We're gonna give it 24 hours in the hydration chamber, and we'll mount them on the board, and we'll show you how we put them in the case. All right, it's been a little more than 24 hours, probably 34 hours actually. I've got my pins, I've got a spreading board, balsa wood spreading board, and you know, the groove is wide enough for a viceroy's thorax, which is gonna be important. And now it's time to mount our viceroy butterflies. So I'm gonna start with one at a time. I'm gonna start with the bigger one, the female, and pick her up with a pair of tweezers. One at a time. Always keep the other one, if there's multiple butterflies, it's just one at a time. Make sure you keep the lid on it, especially if you're in an air-conditioned place. The air conditioning on a specimen while you're working on another one will actually dry it out. So we're gonna mount this viceroy. You can see that the coloration is a little dark. That's just fine. That's what happens when they're sometimes when there's moisture, the wings are wet. It's nice and pliable now. You can see it's nice and pliable. Look at that, nice and easy. She was stiff as a board before. You really don't want to touch the insides of the wings with your fingers. If you touch it a little bit on the outside of the wings with your fingers, that's a little bit more forgivable, because the Riker mount is only going to show the top side. Now the trick is, actually I should put my glasses on, shouldn't I? I need these now. Help see. All right, seeing is good. So now you take your pin, you put it through the middle of the thorax, and put your pin through, just like so. Wings are nice and flexible, which is good. I'm gonna push the antenna forward a little bit, push them down. Try and get them closer to where they would be when we mount them. Do that like so. The butterfly should be level. The wings of the butterfly, I'll show you real quick. See if I can do this. The wings of the butterfly should be level with the board. So they should mount flat like this, okay? Now, couple things. We're going to put several pins on the side of the abdomen to keep it from rotating, like that. Put a pin on each side of the abdomen, keep it from rotating, and you'll see why in a second. Then I'll take a piece of paper, a strip, and put it up above like that. Put a strip like this, and then what we'll do is we'll pin this strip down like so. Try and get the antenna in place first. Okay, pin the strip down. We'll get the wings kind of in place. And we'll pin that down. All right, now comes the fun part. So now we're going to get try and get the wings into place, and then we'll pin. Once we get the wings kind of where we want them, we put a pin close by each side. It kind of holds it down. We'll do the other side real quick, and then I'll explain some things to you. Make sure the antenna is in place. Okay, what you'll be able to see here is that the bottom of the forewings should create like a line straight across. So you see how the bottom of the forewings goes straight across the thorax all the way. It should create a straight line. That's how you know the forewings are in place. Then you have to just be symmetrical with the hind wings, and you can move them up to kind of your preference, but this looks good. Make sure the antennas are both in place. Next step is to get 2 pieces of paper and one on either side here, and we're going to cover the entire wings of the butterfly. And what we're going to do is we're going to pin the wings down fairly tight, because the next thing we need to do is pull the pin out of the thorax. And the only way to do that and the wings not move is if the wings are really held down in place with the paper. So we're going to make sure that this is really pinned down nicely, nice and tight. All right, so now the pin that's in the thorax of the butterfly That thing needs to come out because the Riker mount requires no pin whatsoever in the body. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use 2 hands and 2 pairs of tweezers, and I'm going to grab the pin with one hand with 1 pair of tweezers and hold the body down with the other. We're going to hold the thorax down as we pull the pin out. Bingo. Got the pin out of the thorax. And now we just wait. All right, now that our male and female viceroys are on the board, they're mounted and are beginning to dry, we're probably going to give them probably 2 or 3 days to dry a little bit. And you know, usually if I had a mounted specimen like on a pin and for my collection, I'd wait 2 or 3 weeks to take them off. But because we want them to be even a little bit pliable so that when we put them in the Riker mount, they don't break, their antennae don't break. You'll see what I mean. We'll let these guys dry for a couple of days. We'll put them in in my little box that keeps roaches from eating them, and we'll put them in the Riker mount here in 2 or 3 days. Check it out, guys. Okay, time to take our viceroys off the board. It's been probably 5 days. They're probably fairly stiff now, but we're going to take them off the board and put them in our Riker mount. First step is take all the pins out. All right, success, guys. Both specimens are beautifully mounted. They seem like they're nice and dry. There's a big female, and the male antennae are both intact. Wings are intact and not scratched up. 2 beautiful specimens. So now it's time to put them in the Riker mount. What I'm going to do is just kind of get an idea of how I want to do this. So I'm going to pick the specimens up with a pair of tweezers, never with your fingers, by the forewing vein. And I'm just want to line them up. I could do it like this. That might be how I do it. Yeah, I'll probably do it like this. Do it sideways. Like so. Kind of size them up, just make sure that they fit. Sorry, I've got reflections from my light. But, okay, next step. Get the board out of the way. Actually, I need to take these off for a second, just rest them on the board. Never pick a butterfly up with your fingers, guys. The oils in your fingers will take their scales off. Use as metal tweezers. Try to handle them as little as possible. All right, next step with the Riker is it's got these little pins on the sides. And you gotta pull these pins out. These pins hold the lid on. That's a long pin. Should be 2 on each side. Yeah, there's 2 on each side. And of course, course, we're gonna put those back after we're done. So now you should be able to open up the Riker mount. There. Now, it's got this foam that the butterflies rest in. And so the trick is to try and gauge where you want the butterflies. Now the rim of the Riker mount, there's like a 1/2 inch border. So you gotta kind of like, you know, account for that as you're putting your butterflies on. But we're gonna give it a shot here. Let's see. I'm gonna start with the female. And try and get her in the center. And then get the male, get him in the center. I don't typically use Riker mounts, guys. I like pinning my stuff in boxes, pinning boxes. So this is not my favorite way to go about this, but the good thing is, if you mess it up, you can always adjust it. So I'm gonna go with that. And let's see how this looks. Then you just put your glass gently over the top. And when you press it down, there you go. A pair of Viceroys, guys. I like it. I'm gonna turn my flash off of my phone. All right, guys, there is your Riker mounted Viceroys. I've got all kinds of glare, sorry about that. But beautiful Riker mount butterflies. If you don't like the position, you can always change the position of them. Oh, I forgot to put the pins back in. Yeah, these pins go back in. It's the next step. Okay, now it's ready. So, if you don't like the position of the butterflies, you can always go in and adjust. That's the cool thing about it. But yeah, that's a way a lot of guys, that's the way a lot of people keep their butterfly specimens, in these Riker mounts like this. I hope you liked the video, guys. Please give me a thumbs up if you liked the video, if you learned something. Comment down below if you have a better way to do this. Like I said, Riker mount is not my #1 way to house butterflies. I've got boxes of pinning boxes that's the way I typically do them. So, but I just want to show you guys what this looks like. So, thanks so much for watching. Take care, guys. We'll see you soon.